Hello all my minifigs, I am B-Man Lego Boy and thank you very much for clicking on this video. And today guys, after a very long break, I have another update video for you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the news. 2 days ago, on Monday, November 5th, 2018, the Pixar Play Parade had its final performance at Disneyland Park and its final performance ever at the Disneyland Resort, officially declaring the Pixar Play Parade retired for good. Guys, I honestly was shocked to find out that that was its very last performance. Although, when I did find out how long it was running there, I believe since 2007, to this year, 11 years at the Disneyland Resort, that's actually a long time, and quite honestly now I'm actually not as surprised that it's gone. So guys, besides the Christmas parades that will be running at Disneyland for the holiday season, Disneyland now has no daytime parades. And this will tie into a later update or prediction, I'm hoping, that will hopefully come true. And I guess we might as well get into the next bit of news. So for those of you who don't follow Disneyland Today on Twitter or don't follow the Disney Parks blog, it has been confirmed that tonight, November 7th, 2018, will be the final performance of the limited return engagement of Paint the Night Electrical Parade at Disney California Adventure. Now guys, quite honestly, I'm not entirely sure why Disneyland is stopping the parade. I mean, they're saying that just for the holiday season, but the weird thing is, they had it play during select nights for the holiday season in 2016, up until early January of 2017, before the Main Street Electrical Parade returned to Disneyland Park. So, I'm not entirely sure why they're choosing to do this, because there are no parades running at California Adventure besides Paint the Night, so I honestly don't see why they're having to shut it down, but maybe this all could be for a reason, as will be explained later on in this update. Now guys, knowing that Paint the Night is becoming a fan favorite of Disneyland guests, there's no doubt that after this performance, it'll return sometime in the future. My guess is it's probably going to be taking a hiatus for who knows how long. I mean, it could be just for the holiday season, or maybe it might be for another reason, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll just have to wait and see for further updates from Disneyland in the coming months about more new parades or returning parades or whatever they have up their sleeves for 2019 at the Disneyland Resort. And with this bit of news, that jumps us into the big story or prediction of what could possibly be coming to the Disneyland Resort in 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disneyland proudly presents our spectacular festival pageant of nighttime magic and imagination in thousands of sparkling lights and electro-synthomagnetic musical sounds. The Main Street Electrical Parade.
Yes guys, it is a high possibility that next year could be the return, once again, of Disneyland's Main Street Electrical Parade. Now, ever since the parade left back on August 20th of 2017, people have been asking Disney where the parade is, if it's going to be coming back, and of course, Disney has refused to comment, leading some to suggest that it most likely will return. And by the looks of these two parades ceasing operations, or at least for the moment, there are rumors now going around that the Main Street Electrical Parade could be making its way back home to Disneyland Park in 2019 in some way. Now, the reason why Paint the Night and Pixar Play Parade being gone are a good thing for this to happen. Firstly, Pixar Play Parade. It's kind of confusing how it works, but after the Main Street Electrical Parade's farewell in 2017 at Disneyland Park, it was replaced in April of 2018 by the Pixar Play Parade as it moved from Disney California Adventure to Disneyland Park for Pixar Fest. And that same change happened for Paint the Night as it moved from Disneyland Park to Disney California Adventure. So the Pixar Play Parade was technically in some way the Main Street Electrical Parade's replacement, and so with it gone, there is now room in the warehouse at Disneyland to bring the Main Street Electrical Parade floats back, and so that way it can light up the night once again on Main Street, USA. Now, as for Paint the Night, well, we all should know, Disney has never had 2 nighttime parades running at a single Disney resort at a time, so with Paint the Night out of the way, that gives a chance to bring back the original Main Street Electrical Parade and continue having Disneyland's electrical parades run on since Paint the Night's premiere in 2015 for the 60th anniversary. Now remember guys, these are only rumors and have not been confirmed by Disney in any way, shape, or form. So please, take this with a grain of salt. But in terms of what I think could potentially happen for the Main Street Electrical Parade, here are my thoughts. So the rumor going around Disneyland states that the Main Street Electrical Parade's return in 2019 or in a later year could mean that the Main Street Electrical Parade will stay at Disneyland for a significant amount of time, just like it did from 2010 to 2016 at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. So they're saying that if it ever does return, Disneyland will turn it back into a seasonal parade just like it was from 1972 to 1996. And honestly guys, being as how I'm on the East Coast and go to Walt Disney World every year, I'm actually okay with that. The Main Street Electrical Parade's original run at Disneyland was 24 years. And yes, last year's run was only for a limited time, but it was only for 8 months. I mean, even the 1999 to 2001 run of the parade at Walt Disney World, that was also a limited return engagement run. And that lasted for almost 2 years. So you think that Disneyland would try and bring their original classic back for a little bit longer time compared to its original run. And especially with how loved the parade is at Disneyland, I'm really still utterly shocked that they chose that amount of time for people to see it. But hey, at least they extended the parade's run by 2 months last year, because it clearly shows that people still want to see it and that it's still popular at Disneyland Park. So guys, what I think could potentially happen for Paint the Night and the Main Street Electrical Parade is as I'm about to say. So firstly, I would believe that if Disneyland were to turn the Main Street Electrical Parade back into a seasonal parade, they'd have it run in the summer months just like its original run was from 72 to 96, and then in the winter months, they could have Paint the Night run at Disney California Adventure. And yes, guys, I am saying that Paint the Night would stay at California Adventure because quite honestly, it fits better there, especially since there's a lot of Pixar content in the parade, and now there is a lot of Pixar content in California Adventure, being Cars Land and Pixar Pier. And, well, formerly a Bugs Land, which is now being replaced by the new Marvel themed area, which is going to be coming in 2020. Now guys, I even asked Disneyland on Twitter if this could mean that the Main Street Electrical Parade could be returning in 2019, and they replied saying that there are no announcements regarding the Main Street Electrical Parade's return. Now take a moment and read that tweet. There are no announcements on the parade's return. Guys, this could be a sign. This really could be a sign. Now, if the parade really was gone for good, they would have replied saying back, "We apologize for the inconvenience, but the Main Street Electrical Parade has unfortunately been retired." Or they could have said, "There are no plans to bring back the Main Street Electrical Parade." So guys, I really do hope that this could be a sign of some kind, because we have been given jack squat on this parade ever since it left, and we really do want to see it again. Not just myself, but millions across the globe wanting to see it again on Main Street at either Disneyland or Walt Disney World. And quite honestly, if I'm being honest, it kind of feels a little more nostalgic at Disneyland since that is its home. So, you know, kind of makes sense to bring it back there. Now, we do know that the show's director in 2017, John Adis, does want the Main Street Electrical Parade to return again, because he was interviewed quite a few times and they asked him if by any chance the parade could potentially return again to Disneyland in who knows when after 2017, And John did reply saying that he does hope that it will come back and potentially maybe even stay there for a much longer period of time. So guys, that pretty much wraps up this news update. I thank you all so very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for future updates on the Disneyland Resort and its parades in 2019 or in later years. Make sure to follow the Disney Parks blog for future updates as well. And until the next update or video, peace out all my minifigs.